Ayo, and welcome to No Dunks, coming to you live from the Paycom Center, where me and Jeshua just watched an instant classic game one. Tyrese Haliburton does it again.
Cannot believe
Curtains
it.
Haliburton with the deep deuce with 0.3 seconds left to pull off an incredible comeback, stunner win for the Pacers, beating the Thunder 110 to 111 for the Pacers. People often say the lower score first when it comes to basketball scores. Nonetheless, 111, 110 for the Pacers. Esh, this is your first finals game, and I got to tell you, it doesn't get much better than that, man.
Yeah, literally, I don't think it could be any better than this because what? They did it again? I cannot believe they did it again.
What? Pacers didn't take a lead in this game until Haliburton hit that jumper with 0.3 seconds left after Shai Gilgeous-Alexander missed one, knocked it down. The rebound comes to Nesmith over to Obi Toppin. I thought he should have maybe shot it, but just kidding. Haliburton gets the ball up the court. Casey Wallace on him, gits into the mid-range and hits the deep deuce.
Oh my God.
One of my favorite neighborhoods here in Oklahoma City. Has been an awesome run for Tyrese Haliburton. Hitting massive shots for the Pacers against the Bucks in the first round, against the Cavs in the second round, against the Knicks in the conference finals, and then here in game one to steal a win on the road against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Ash, this was a legitimate tale of two halves. It didn't seem possible that the Pacers were going to be able to pull off the comeback in this game. 19 turnovers in the first half, throwing the ball away, completely overwhelmed by the way the Thunder were playing defense. But in the second half, only 6 turnovers. Haliburton didn't have a great game. 6 points in the first half, 8 points in the second half, but came up clutch when it counted. What'd you think, man?
I mean, player of the game is the guy I was talking about the entire time. This Obi Toppin.
Obi Toppin, come on, man.
Obi Toppin was hooping. Like, I don't know. I remember sitting up there with you. They take him out of the game with like 5 minutes left in the game, and I'm like, they got to put Obi Toppin back in.
Yeah.
You're like, who do they put him in for? I'm like, I don't know. Siakam maybe. They end up taking Miles Turner out, put Obi Toppin in, and I don't know if he hit one more after that.
I don't think he made another basket after that, but his spirit was important to the team. I'm with you. He was integral to this Pacers team being able to get it done. He had a rough start to this game as well, a couple of nasty turnovers, and he dropped the ball on a pass from Haliburton.
Right.
He was just part of the 19 turnovers in that first half, but made 5 threes, canceled out the three-pointers for Lou Dort as well. The Pacers shot the ball incredibly well, the way they have been for this entire postseason. They finished 18 of 39 from 3. That's 46%. They limited Shai Gilgeous-Alexander getting to the free throw line. He didn't take all that many. I think he finished with 8 free throw attempts for what he finished with, 38 points. But this was the game plan for the Pacers. Let Shai get his. I thought Jalen Williams kind of turned it on in the second half as well after struggling. And when it comes down to it, the Pacers played their game in the second half. They never quit. They never think they're out of the game. Incredible coaching by Rick Carlisle. He empowers every single Pacer to take any shot that they think is open that's going to be a good shot. That gives them a lot of confidence, and you can see they never think they're out of a game.
Exactly. I mean, they came out in the first half. They looked rattled, right? Like you said, 19 turnovers in the first half. Way too many turnovers. But at this point, you're like, you're expecting it. You kind of see what they want to do when they come out in the second half. Didn't turn the ball over much, like you said. Shai early on was trying to get those fouls. You saw that first basket he made. He literally is like diving into him and then falls down, throws it up, no call. But, I mean, the Pacers were able to handle the thunderstorm a bit. Even though the Thunder didn't play, like, amazing. Every time they went on a run, I'm like, oh, they got to be up by 20 by now. And you look at the score, and they're only up by 10, up by 8, up by 12.
Like, oh, this is closer than it should be. This is closer than it should be. But the way the Pacers were turning the ball over, specifically in the first half, you thought when it comes down to it, OKC's going to be able to hang on to the lead here when I think it was TJ McConnell had that baseline out-of-bounds play. He tried to throw a lob over the top and just a pass to nobody, run out for Jalen Williams, big dunk. This crowd is going insane. That, to me, was the first time I thought, maybe this one is going to be over. There was other times in the fourth quarter, too, where, Miles Turner, I think the Pacers were down 4. He had a pretty good look with 4 minutes left. Missed the three-pointer. Next time down, 6-point lead for the Thunder. Haliburton has a step-back jumper. He misses as well. These were the shots that it seemed like they were making all the time against the Knicks. Those looked like missed opportunities, but there were enough opportunities. You even get to Aaron Nesmith. The Pacers are down 3. He catches the ball on the left wing, has a chance to attack, goes to the hoop, but Dort stones him at the rim. Great block by Dort. I thought that was maybe another time. It could have been over for the Thunder, but the Pacers never think it's over. They're ready to fight the entire time. After that Dort block, I think it was maybe Siakam had a block down at the rim as well, went back the other way, and the Pacers just made enough shots. The 25 turnovers forced by the Thunder was crazy. But you look at the box score, and it's only 11 points conceded for the Pacers, and I think that was huge. Their transition defense was on point the entire night. A lot of it was some dead ball turnovers, like Obi Toppin had a couple they just threw out of bounds, right? Turnovers where the clock is stopping, at least you can get back on defense. And then they did a really good job to get back and limit the Thunder fast break attack. I think the Pacers ended up winning the fast break battle, and this one as well. Curious decision maybe from Mark Daigneault to go small down the stretch. No Hartenstein, no Chet on the court for the last 3 or so minutes. That cut off the offensive rebounding for Oklahoma City. Meanwhile, Pascal Siakam got busy on the offensive glass for the Pacers, and it was just they made enough plays, and then they have to have the utmost confidence that when Tyrese Haliburton has the ball in his hands in the last 10 seconds, at the very least he's going to get a good shot, and it feels like he's going to make every single one of them.
Exactly. Yeah, like the way that he is right now, how clutch he is, like maybe he should have been a clutch player of the year instead of the people that they beat in the last round. But it is literally insane. I don't understand how they continuously keep doing this. Like I said, you just look at it every time. You're just like, they have to be down more than they are, but they were able to weather the storm over and over and over again. Like in the end of the game, you get Toppin hits a three, Turner hits the step back off the glass. They cut it to 4, man. But then like as soon as that happens, Toppin goes out of the game. I'm like, okay, the Thunder are going to go on another run. They might be able to close it out. They're not as bad as some of these other teams in the Eastern Conference that we've been talking about before. But Indiana just stays with it again, doing all those things that you talked about, stopping them, putting defense on them. Even that last possession with SGA, and then you can't guard it any better. I mean, he probably should have hit it. It was a shot that he hits all the time. It's a tough shot, but just the ability to grab the rebound actually. Like, they didn't start the game with Hartenstein. Started with Chet, and then, like you said, they ended up going small ball. Don't understand. Oh, yeah, and Casey Wallace is for Hartenstein. But coming down the stretch, it is curious. Why go small? Because they were killing on the boards. Even though the numbers might not show it, I thought they had 20 offensive rebounds in the first half.
They were getting busy on the first half, for sure.
But, they decided to go small on the stretch and just maybe cost them game one here.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know. Like, you think back to it, and you look at the box score, it doesn't feel like anybody from the Pacers played incredibly well. Like Pascal Siakam, their leading scorer, 19 points on 7 of 15 shooting. He did get one run out in this game, but he wasn't the same transition attack that he had against New York. Haliburton, like we said, finished with 14 points. Nembhard, 14. Nesmith made a big 3 late. They had 3 guys in the starting lineup with double-digit rebounds. That's pretty big to win on the glass, kind of helping the possession battle because it was so tilted for the Thunder. But just enough. Like you mentioned, Miles Turner banking in a 3. He was decent in the second half. He didn't feel like he didn't take a shot for 45 minutes of real life, but then hit a couple of big ones. Nesmith made shots when he needed to. Nembhard, I thought he was kind of struggling defensively against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander until the last possession. That was maybe the best he defended him, was able to stick with him. Shai was getting to a step back pretty much whenever he wanted. And Haliburton, for the way he played and didn't really look super aggressive. I thought at times he kind of seemed like surprised when he was open. Like he would, shake Dort or something like that. Like, wait a second, I have a 3-pointer that I can actually take. In the second half, he was much more willing to get into the mid-range. And then, as you saw, he knocked down a mid-ranger to win it. He's just got to take the shots that are there. So, I mean, I was stunned, man. I couldn't believe it. I just thought the Thunder were such a good defensive team that they wouldn't allow the Pacers to pile up the points like they did in the second half of this game, in the fourth quarter, turning a 15-point deficit into a win. Furthermore, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, pretty good at getting to the line. Like, he only had 2 free throw attempts going into the fourth quarter. He took 6 down the stretch of this game. But in the last second, when Nembhard was physical with him, stuck with him, hands off, great defense from him. That could have been an easy way to close out the game if you're the Thunder, him at the line. But nope, they just made the plays.
Yeah. You're talking about Haliburton hesitating. His first 3 threes that he made were off of a pump fake. Look around for a second. He's like, I guess I'll shoot it because I'm still open type of thing. I wonder what was going on. Like I said, I think maybe they were just a little bit rattled coming into the game, but they
It was
definitely.
an overwhelming defensive performance in the
For
first
sure.
half from OKC.
Yeah, like OKC had their fingers on every single thing,
Yeah.
right? Like I would say hands, but they literally had their fingertips on every single ball
Specifically
coming in.
fingertips, you think, huh?
It was
Yeah.
crazy. Like I remember one specifically, Haliburton passed it into Miles Turner, and here comes SGA. Like looks like he got his pinky on it, and they're going the other way. That happened
good?
so often. So yeah,
Hey, what's up? What's up?
but yeah, good win for the Pacers. I can't
Yeah.
believe they did it again. Like I'm still in shock. I'm still shaking after what we just saw. Like
Oh,
it's
man. I'm buzzing,
literally
too.
insane. Like
it
it's
was
crazy.
awesome to watch. To see a game like this, like, I don't know. This is your first finals game.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to, I don't know, 20, something like that. And this is rocketing up to the upper echelon for sure. I mean, Game 7, 2016, of course, an all-time classic. Steph Curry catching fire in the fourth quarter. Game 4, 2022,
Right.
incredible. This, to me, is maybe a little similar to Cavs versus Warriors in 2015. Went to overtime. There was like Kyrie Irving blocked Steph Curry at the rim.
game
he got
one.
hurt. And, yeah, exactly. It's up there. But man, to see a game winner in the NBA Finals, technically, I suppose, not a Tissot buzzer beater, as there was 0.3 seconds left, and they tried to throw a lob to Chet, but still, I'll take it. The Pacers did just enough to be able to steal this one. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
You got anything else, man? I don't know. What else do you want to talk about? We're talking, I'm sure the guys tomorrow will talk more about Game 2.
Yeah, you got any
adjustments and that kind of stuff, but
any random notes for you?
any random notes? It's hard to focus on the random notes. We can't see Rick Carlisle spitting from where we were sitting. You know?
I know we got the
100
report.
yards up.
Got a report from Skeets and Slack that Rick Carlisle was still spitting during this game. They got it on the shot. But as far as what I saw in the arena, I saw a random guy dressed as Jesus.
You just saw a random guy dressed as Jesus?
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know
nice
if you
one.
saw that or not.
No, I didn't see it.
They
I
came
didn't-
over. They had the whole crowd. Everybody's in their white, the T-shirt.
Uh-huh.
And then there's just one guy with the robe and the little thing over. He's got the long hair, and he's
Okay.
just dressed as Jesus, just jumping in.
Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. A very religious place. You know, of course, we had the invocation before the game. Felt
Right.
like playing in church leagues
It
once
definitely
again. It was loud in here until there was 0.3 seconds left, and then the volume was turned down a little bit, I would have to say. Great participation from fans wearing the shirt. We had 803 Fresh
Yeah.
as the halftime act, Boots on the Ground.
It's on the ground.
Yeah, you like that song?
It's okay. It was okay. It's okay. But they were killing it with the fans, though. I hear that popping the
Definitely.
fans for sure.
Yeah, smacking their fans.
Yeah, they're killing
that
it.
was good. I don't know what else. I mean, I was thinking down the stretch or going forward, perhaps, that it's going to have to be Nesmith on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, just because it felt like he was able to get any shot he really wanted for the most part. You know, step backs were working really hard. He didn't shoot a great percentage, but he was able to get some looks, and the shots were definitely there. But then Nembhard stoned him when it came up the most. And, you know, I think Nesmith did a pretty solid job on Jalen Williams. I think he had a better second half, J-Dub did, than first half, but enough defense. And I think if you're the Pacers, look, certainly they stole this game. They shot incredibly well, made 18 threes, shot 46%, I
Right.
think, from three. And when it came close, they won because they have a great clutch player in Tyrese Haliburton. That's kind of the recipe for them. Are they always going to shoot 46%? Maybe. They've been shooting
Yeah.
well for the entire playoffs so far, but they have to be at least encouraged that they know that the three-point shots are going to be there, because that's something the Thunder like to do. They pack the paint, obviously. They're sending three guys at every driver, like you're saying, trying to strip it down low with their fingers and sometimes their whole hand. So the shots are there for the Pacers, and they're good passers. Like, they definitely out-assisted the Thunder in this one, and you can just see the different ways they play. The Pacers want, like Tass has been saying all week, they want one guy to try and do everything. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He had 38 points tonight. Nobody else getting into 20, I don't think. Maybe J-Dub got
Maybe
close,
J-Dub
but I
got
don't think
close, yeah.
anybody got close. Just awesome. I mean, this is exactly how it goes. If you're the Pacers, this is how you want to win games. 105 is kind of their magic number. They've been under 105. They haven't been able to pull out a win. So to stretch it out to 111, kind of on the strength of the three-point shooting in the fourth quarter, they've got to at least think that they can continue to outshoot Oklahoma City. We'll see if that remains to be true. Definitely OKC will shoot better than 40% for a game, I'm sure, going forward. But
That's what I was going to ask. Like,
every single person we talked to today was like, if the Thunder are going to steal a game, it's got to, or if the Pacers are going to steal a game, it's got to be game one. That's all good. It's all good. There we go.
No, I was gonna ask you.
Hey,
Yeah,
it's live.
What?
Live.
It's all good. What's scarier for the series here is like the Thunder didn't shoot well, but they played very well. They just didn't shoot the ball.
They played well on defense.
Exactly.
And I mean, the second half, okay, tale of two halves wise, first half, Thunder style. Choppy, tons of turnovers. You know, they're scoring inside pretty well. A lot of twos for them, but the Pacers kept pace, keeping it within 10 to 12. I think it was a 12-point lead at halftime.
That's right.
The second half felt like a Pacers half. Much
100%,
more up
much
and down,
up and
much
down.
more freedom of movement. Obviously, they didn't turn the ball over nearly as much. They got into their three-point game. So I think they have to feel good that they can make the Thunder play their game, and it's not the other way around, because OKC was dictating in the
Yeah.
first half. Second half, though, the Pacers were dictating just as much,
Yeah.
going the other way.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I asked that, because, like I said, they didn't shoot the ball well. They were great defensively,
Yeah.
able to play their game in the first half. The Pacers turned around the second half, but they did shoot well for the most part, but they didn't play well either, like,
Yep.
for the majority of the game, right? So you have both of them didn't play their best. Pacers pull it out. Like, going forward, do you feel like, the Thunder can fix this or fix that, or just maybe shoot the ball literally 5% better, and that'll be the answer? Or is the Pacers like, oh no, we have the recipe now because we are confident in the way that we play?
That's a great question,
And if
man.
we don't turn the ball over 20 times, then we're never down by 12 at halftime. Do you see what I mean?
OKC will play better offensively. I do
100%.
think going forward, at least in some of these games. I wonder if Mark Daigneault will try to go back to the double big lineup. We thought that was going to be a question going forward, because Siakam just seems like a tough matchup.
Right.
The Siakam-Turner, the speed of those two seems like a tough matchup for Hartenstein and Chet together. But I don't know. I thought Hartenstein had a pretty solid impact, especially in the first half. He was big time on the offensive glass. He was dunking inside, putting some pressure on the rim. Caruso did his part as well. He was everywhere, offensive rebounding, getting every loose ball. But I don't know. You know, it's kind of odd to see the team that's the favorite adjust before the series starts. Like, that doesn't
Right.
happen very often. So I wonder if maybe they decide to go back to the starting lineup that they've had and see if they can kind of bang with the Pacers a little bit inside, because they crushed them in the first half
Exactly.
on the offensive glass. Obviously, you're not going to force 19 turnovers in a half again
Exactly.
if you're OKC, but you can maybe beat them up on the glass a little bit, and that helps for the possession battle. That helps for the shot attempt battle. I think OKC ended up taking like 20 more shots than the Pacers. You should win that game if you
Exactly.
play well offensively, but this is the recipe for the Pacers. Keep it close, and we've got the utmost confidence that our guy's going to get it done, and he did it once again. Did not have a celebration, though, in his back pocket. We were talking about it on the show.
Right.
Like, there's not necessarily one totally associated
It's not like
with
a
the
good Thunder
Thunder.
celebration. Like, what is he
Yeah.
going to do?
Just yell.
Maybe just come stumping down like Westbrook, or you know what
Okay,
I mean?
maybe
Like,
he could stop like Westbrook.
yeah, it's really. I mean, KD never really had like a good.
Nah, he didn't have a
celebration.
notable thing for sure.
Yeah, I mean, he just hit a shrug like he's at the free throw line. I
Yeah.
don't know. Like, it's just nothing he could really do. You're right.
All right, so game stolen, absolutely, for the Pacers. What'd you say? I think you maybe said Thunder in 6.
I did say Thunder in 6.
Thunder in 6. You still
Yes.
feel like that's a possibility?
Yeah, I do.
Look, man, they can win on the road as well. Just as,
No, yeah, 100%.
just as well as the Pacers can.
I just think, I mean, I'm still confident in the Thunder taking it, like just the way that they've played, but the Pacers are so surprising all the time. And like literally they just did it again. Like
They did it again.
we've said that 50 times in this podcast.
Yeah.
Like, what are the Pacers really capable of? Like, honestly, like, are they going to just win the chip, you know? Like,
Well, I don't think they're ever going to have a bad shooting night. It feels
I
like
guess
they're not
not.
going to have a bad shooting night. I mean, they got blown out in Game 5 against the Knicks in the conference finals, so they can. And who knows? Like, I was actually kind of hoping Shaq was going to wander over, because I was thinking this isn't totally dissimilar to 2001 finals, right? Allen Iverson stole a game on the road.
Okay.
It ended up being a win for the Lakers long term. I think they even won that series 4-1. That was their
Yeah, they
only
won it
loss
both.
of the thing,
Yeah.
right? So definitely the favorite team can bounce back and do it, but the Pacers know they're going to get shots. They've been shooting well for 2 months straight in the playoffs. They don't have any hesitation going 10 guys deep. They were playing Thomas the Target Bryant out there for no reason. And it didn't matter. He made a three
He made a
from
three.
the corner, right? Like, making up for it. So, I don't know. The series feels even more alive than it did before tonight.
exactly. Everybody was really doubting the Pacers, so the buzz in here was they have to still win tonight. They have
They
to still
gotta get it
two
tonight.
nights.
They
Like
gotta
tonight
get it
was
tonight.
a Game 7 must win, but it's Game 1.
Yeah,
So.
it's the odd must-win Game 1, and the Pacers did it. It feels like they've won every must-win game they have. It would have been awesome to eliminate the Knicks in Game 5 for sure, but they knew they had Game 6 waiting for them back home. Took care of business in that one.
Right.
We shall see. Sunday, Game 2.
Game 2.
Should be awesome. I mean, that turns into a must-win for the Thunder.
It definitely does.
Yeah, so we'll see what they do to bounce back. I know the guys will be on tomorrow at 10 a.m. They will have the actual random notes being tapped into the game and seeing what's going down.
100%.
I would love to hear a straight-up Rick Carlisle spit take counter. Like, how many did it happen? Because it was at least twice. So we'll see. We'll see what else they come up with. That'll be 10 a.m. tomorrow. We are flying back to Atlanta just right around then. So we're going to miss the show, but I'll be back on Monday. Hopefully we get another classic on Sunday night.
Yeah, 100%. Can't wait for Game 2.
All right, this seemed to have worked. I don't know if anybody's complaining that the stream went out. It doesn't seem like it. You've got the button ready to click that we're going to be saying goodbye. So thanks for joining us, Clipper Bros.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us, and remember, it ain't over till it's over. Embrace the night, people.